On idea. Namaste, good evening, and welcome back to the day number 2 of this Hacker Rank Coding Bootcamp, where at the end of it, it is my promise to you that each of you will have those 4 special stars in your profile, right? Anyways, guys, just a quick just to check, whether the same people who attended yesterday have come today. Tell me, for how many of you today is your second class? Put 2 in the chat quickly. Put 2 if today is your second class. Okay, great, awesome. Majority of you. But is there anyone who today is your first class, friends? Today is your first class. Please put 1. Anyone? Today is your first class. Is there anyone who didn't attend yesterday and came today? No one? Wow, I'm happy. Great. And also, I must really thank you guys because of the beautiful words that you spoke about the class, about the teaching. I am very happy that I was able to have a positive impact on your life yesterday. Thank you so much. And today is going to be even more special. Without wasting any more time, let's get started with the first problem on Hacker Rank, right? So let me take you directly to Hacker Rank. Watch it, all of you. Now, this is the first problem which we are going to solve. So, in that, the problem is called as utopian tree. That is what is the name of the problem. And there you can see it says, I'll just increase it a little bit. Yeah, enough. Scroll down. The problem says utopian tree is basically a tree, okay, goes through 2 cycles of growth every year. Each spring, it doubles in height. Each summer, its height increases by 1 meter. So, each spring it doubles in height. Each summer, its height increases by 1 meter. A utopian tree sapling with a height of 1 meter is planted at the onset of spring. Now, what does onset means? Onset means beginning. Beginning of spring, they are going to plant one utopian tree. And that basically its height is 1 meter. Next, how tall will the tree be after n growth cycles? How tall will the tree be after n growth cycles? And you can see, for example, if the number of growth cycles is 5, then the calculation is as follows. Look at it, okay? So, period 0. 0 means initially the tree is a sapling 1 meter height. First growth cycle. First growth cycle is going to be what? Spring, because they have only told. See, a utopian tree sampling with 1 meter is planted at the onset of spring. So, spring is the first growth cycle. Every spring, its height doubles, which means from 1, if you double, it will become 2. Next cycle is summer. In summer, it only grows by 1 meter. So, from 2, it became 3. Next growth cycle is spring. Spring, it doubles its height, so it became 6. Next cycle is summer, so it increased by 1 meter. Next is spring, so it doubled in height, it became 14 meters. Okay, sir, what should we do? Come down. What we must do is, we have to write a function. Which accepts one parameter, which is n, the number of growth cycles. What is the function, etc.? Today I will explain. Okay. So, if you give n, it should tell in n growth cycles what will be the total height of the tree. That is what it should return. See, returns an integer which is nothing but the height of the tree after the given number of cycles. Input format they have given. Okay, so all this we will see what it is. Come down. Some constraint, some sample they have given. Okay, so see, for example, 3 means they are going to give you 3 different values of n. 3 different values of n. The first value of n is 0. 0 means no growth cycles. Which means initially what is the height of the tree? 1 meter. So, scroll down a little bit. 1 is the scroll down. Yes, keep the input and output in the frame. Little on top. Yes. 3 means it is 1. 0 means it is 1. Next, 1 means 1 growth cycle. And what will be the first growth cycle? Spring. So, it will double in height, 2. Next, if n is 4 growth cycles, it will be 7 meters in height. This is what we have to do. And of course, they have given you one explanation, etc. blah, blah, blah. Now, Maybe you understood, maybe you didn't. Let me visualize this for you so that you will understand, because in TAP Academy every single problem is visualized for your better understanding. Okay. Now check this out and try and understand what I am saying. So basically n is given to you. What is n? Number of growth cycles. Let me represent the number of growth cycles in my x-axis, right? And of course I have t, which is nothing but the initial height of the tree. When it's a baby sapling, it's 1 meter tall. Okay. These two things are given to. See, this is my growth cycles. 5 growth cycles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 growth cycles I have. Initially, the plant is how tall? 1 meter tall. So that is what I am also showing. See, it's 1 meter tall. This is the height of the tree. Now, when you plant the tree, the first growth cycle is spring. Whenever it is spring, tree doubles in height, which means from 1 it is going to become 2. Next season is summer. It will increase only by 1 meter. So it will become 3 meters tall. Next, it is spring. So it will double, which means it will become 6 meters tall. I hope you are able to think. Next, it is summer, which means it will increase by 1 meter. So like this. Next, it is spring. It will double. So from 7, it is going to become 14 meters. Any confusion till here? Which means if n is 5, output should be 14. How many of you understood the question correctly? Put a yes in the chat. How many of you understood the question? Yes. Everyone understood the question? Good, good. Because it's important that you understand the question. Answer is the easy part. वो हम लिख लेंगे, कोई problem नहीं है, but we have to get the question right. Okay, beautiful. Now see, now guys, whenever, if you want to be successful at coding, number one rule is visualize the solution. If you can see it, you can do it. Next thing is try to come up with an algorithm. Algorithm means the steps that you will follow in order to achieve your goal. Now, what is the steps I will follow? It's very simple. What I am going to do is, I am given n growth cycles. So, I must obviously I must move from the first cycle till the nth cycle. In this case, my nth cycle is 5, which means 1 to 5 I must move. So, what I will do is, I am just showing you my cycles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, if I want to go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 1 by 1, if I want to go, then the best way would be to loop over it. Best way would be to loop over it. So what I will do is, I am going to create a for loop, which we have seen yesterday, and I am going to make I start from 1. And I will tell, hey I, every time your value has to keep increasing as long as it is less than or equal to 5. That is what I am going to tell. I starts from 1, it should go till 5. Now what I will do is, I value is nothing but the cycle. It is the number of the cycle. And we know that the first cycle is always spring. We know that. First cycle is spring, we know that. So as you can see, first cycle is spring. If first cycle is spring, then it has to double in its height. So what I must do is, if you look at it, if the first cycle is spring, it means it's an odd number. If you start with odd, then every time that cycle repeats, it's going to be odd only. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Every summer is going to be even only. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Which means, how will you know whether this I value is spring or is it summer? Is all you have to do is check whether it is even or odd. Would you agree with me? If it is odd, spring. If it is even, summer. So all I will do is, I must check whether the I value is even or odd. How will you do that? Simple. An even number is a number which is perfectly divisible by 2. Which means if I divide it by 2, the remainder should be 0. Remainder should be 0. Whereas an odd number is a number, if you divide it by 2, remainder will never ever be 0. I am not talking about quotient, I am talking about remainder. So, if in programming, I can take I value, divide it by 2 and check if the remainder is 0 or not. Not the quotient. If the remainder is 0 or not, I would have got it. And that is exactly what I will do. How will you do it, sir? Like this. I am going to tell I, whatever is the value of I, mod 2. Because you must understand, mod is an operator in programming which will divide I by 2 and will give you the remainder, not quotient. If you tell slash, it will give you quotient, not remainder. And see, I am checking the remainder of the division of I by 2, is it equal to 0? If it is equal to 0, I know it is even. If it is even, it is summer. If it is not, I know it is spring. So that's what I am doing. Two conditions can happen. Two things can happen. Either it can be even or odd. So see, 1 divided by 2 is not 0, false. False means I know it is spring because it's an odd number. Odd number means whatever is the height of the tree, I should double it. Whatever is the height of the tree, I should double it. So see, that is what I am going to do. I will take t, which is what holds the height of the tree, and I will multiply it by 2. That is how you double it. And that multiplied result, I will store it back inside t. So see, t into 2, multiply existing value of t into 2, store that back inside t. Which means t's value is 1, 1 into 2 is 2, assign 2 to t, which means t was 1, it is now going to become 2. Please understand, you are within a loop. I will move forward, I will move forward. Now again repeat, check 2 mod 2. 2 mod 2 is obviously 0, even number, which means its condition will be true. If it is true, it is summer. If it is summer, tree's height will increase only by 1 meter, which means what should I do? Whatever is the existing value of t, increase it by 1, and that is what I am also showing. See, t equal to t plus 1, which means take the existing value of t, add 1 to it, store it back inside t. Existing value of t is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Assign that to t, which means t from 2 is going to become 3. You are within a loop, I plus plus, I will increase. 3 mod 2, is it equal to 0? Anyone with eyes knows it's false because it's an odd number. If it is odd number, you know you're in spring. If it is spring, please double the existing value of the tree, which means that is what I will do. And if in case I do that, 3 into 2 is 6, give that to t, t becomes 6. Then you are within a loop, increment the value of I. I becomes 4. 4 mod 2 is obviously even number, so it is 0, so increase it by 1. Existing value is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, t becomes 7. Again increase the I value. Once you increase the I value, you are going to get 5, and 5 is obviously odd number. If it is odd number, then you are not going to get 0, it is going to be false. Double the value of the tree because you are in spring, and 7 into 2 is 14, and 14 is going to be the new value of t. Any confusion till here? And of course, I will not move forward. This loop will not repeat because that is how we will set the condition. I will be initialized to 1. And the condition will ensure I moves only till the value is 5. I is less than or equal to 5. How many of you understood the algorithm? 100 you put in the chat if you understood it 100%. Because now coding is easy, boss. Anyone can write code. 380, 70. What are these numbers you guys are saying? Okay. Good. Okay. Wow. Somebody finished execution also. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Close it. Now, again, see, yesterday some of you will be like, sir, why did you explain for loop, sir? We already knew it. My friend, you know it. But there are 200 others in the meeting. When I teach, I must teach for everyone. I cannot teach only for you. So everything will be taught from scratch, and I hope you understand why I am doing it. For me, every student is equal. I hope you are able to think. Anyways, let us go and write this as code. But before we write this as code, Now watch it. Let me bring up my editor. Now in my editor, what I am going to do is, I have a class called as Day2, that is fine. Inside this is my main method. I hope everybody went to the LMS and checked why in Java we write the main method the way we write it, press enter. Now first thing is, you must understand, I want my Java program to take n value and t value from the keyboard, guys. I wanted to take it from the keyboard. T value you need not take because anyways it is initially 1, that is guaranteed. At least n value, number of cycles I want to take from the keyboard. How will you write code such that our program can take input from the keyboard, if you ask me? That I will show you, but for the time being, I will just hard code it. I will tell int n equal to 5. I am only giving value, but this should come from the keyboard. How we will see later. Next, int t, initially you know the sapling's height is 1. is 1. Beautiful. Now I'll come down. Now what I should do is, I must now create a for loop which moves from 1 till 5. So that's what I'll do. I'll tell for int I equal to, initially I should be 1. Next, I will tell I should move as long as it is less than 5. So I'll tell I less than equal to 5. See, less than equal to, because equal to also should be there. 1 by 1 i's value should increment, so I plus plus. I'll go inside that, and now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to check if I value is even or odd. How will I do that? If in case I mod 2 is equal to 0. If this condition is, if it is 0, it will be true, otherwise it will be false. So if it is true, I will come inside if, and there I will, I know if it is even, it is summer, so I will increase the t value by 1. So I will tell t equal to t plus 1. Beautiful. Else, I will tell t equal to t into 2. I am doubling the value because it is spring. That's all. Okay. Now I'll come, once I come out of the for loop, t value I would have got, whatever is the final t value. Now next, what I should do is, scroll it. Yeah. What I should do here is I should print. So I will tell system.out.println. And what I should print is the value of t. So I will just tell t like this. Any confusion till here? Now let us see how to execute this, whether we will get our expected output is n is 5, we must get t as 14. So let's see whether that happens. If I now take you back, and if in case I put in the relevant command, I will compile it, no issues, I will execute it, and if I do this, capital D, and again I hope you went to the LMS and checked how to compile, how to execute. I really hope you have done it. If I press enter, clearly you can see 14. So it works. It works. No problem. Let's see. Let's make n as 4. If I re-execute this, if I make n as 4, then I should get the value as 7. Right? N as 4, I should get it as 7. So let us see whether it works correctly. So total height should be 7 meters. Yeah. Okay. Compilation, no issues. Execution, oh, you didn't save it. Okay, now it is not saving problem. What we have done is, n is 4, but loop is going from 1 till 5. That is why I told you, never hard code. Write in general. Well, how will you write it in general, sir? This 5 is nothing but whatever is there in n. So I'll just make it as n. I'll just make it as n. Whatever is n value, now it is 4, 1 to 4. If it is 5, 1 to 5. If it is 10, 1 to 10. Any confusion? Great. Let's go back. So if in case I clear the screen, compile, no issues, execute, and there you go, 7. So it works. Beautiful. Now, in HackerRank, if I take you to HackerRank, what HackerRank is saying is, you must create a function in itself. See, I'll go on top. I'll go on top. The function's name is utopian tree. I'll just copy that word and keep it. I'll copy that. This should be the function. Now, this function should accept an input n. It should execute and give me back an output which is an integer, which is the height of the tree. That is what HackerRank expects. So how will we convert our code into a function, if you ask me? Very simple. Let's go back. Now listen and listen carefully, guys. Okay. This code, it should become a function. How will I create a function? I'll scroll on top. What I will do is, after this Day2, I will press enter. Now you must understand, in Java, you have a class. Inside class, you have something called as functions or methods. Main is a method. Similarly, you can have other methods also. Now I am going to create a method. So see, I will call it as void. I will call it as void for the time being, and I will paste the name which I said, utopian tree. Now what I will do is, here I will put brackets. If at all this function should take some input, somebody has to give it some input. Whatever inputs this function should accept, you must write it within these brackets. Technically, they are called as parameters, input that you pass, right? And I know that this function should accept one input, which is the number of cycles. So I will tell int n like this. What it should accept as input is a value n, which is a number of cycles. Next, I will give the body of the function. I'll give the body of the function. In the body, what I have to do is nothing but come down. From this int t equal to 1, I will copy. Till the end, I will copy it. I'll copy it. I'll go on top. Cut it, okay. Rather, you can cut it. Yeah, I'll cut it. I'll go paste it here. So basically what you're doing is, hey, listen, if somebody calls utopian tree and gives them the number of cycles, automatically you will create a variable t whose value is 1, because initial size of the tree is always 1. And then you will calculate the size of the tree t, and you must not print it, boss. No. You must return it as output to whoever called. So what I will do is, see, I'll remove this line. And instead what I will tell is, return. There is a word in programming called as return. Return means give back. Give back what? Whatever is the value of t that you have calculated. See? Now reading is important. Utopian tree is a function which accepts an integer n and returns t. T is what? An integer. So it returns another integer. I hope you're able to think. But this word here called as void is only called as the return type. You must tell what is the type of value this function will return. And the type of value which the function returns is t. T is an integer, which means what it's returning is an integer, so I'll tell int. Now read, utopian tree is a function which accepts an integer n and after execution of its body returns another integer as output. This is only called as a function. Now guys, there is so much that I can speak about functions, but I am not teaching the fundamentals of the language in the class. I am teaching you logic building. So please forgive me if I do not touch and I go in the depth of the concepts of Java, right? So if I don't do that, please forgive me, because Java is such a language, such a powerful language. If really you want to get a high paying job, core Java you must master. Object orientation such as encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, all this you must master. Interfaces you must master. How to take a Java program and connect it to a database using JDBC you must master. Even otherwise, how to efficiently store and retrieve data in Java using collections you must master. Over and above that, if you want to build beautiful apps, then you must learn advanced Java, servlets, JSP, MVC architecture, Springs, Hibernate. If you learn all this, your knowledge will be on a different level, and obviously people will pay you lakhs of rupees. But today I can't go into the depth of the language. I hope this much is clear. If I make this change, now come down, always understand a Java program will always begin execution from main, and in the LMS I have clearly explained to you why. It will execute in main, there you are telling n is equal to 4, but ultimately this n must be passed as input to utopian tree. So how to do it? You must call the function. How will you call it? Come down. All I will do is, name of the function you can use. So I will tell utopian tree. With brackets I will put. And I will tell, hey please, to utopian tree pass n value. So I will tell n like this. Semicolon I will put. Are you clear till this point of time? So I am calling the function. But remember, go on top. In Java, if you ever want to call a function, you must create an object of the class inside which the function is present. Or if you do not want to create object and without object creation you directly want to call, then one word you must attach. That word is only called as static, like this I will tell static. Again, there is a deeper explanation to this, which in the actual Java full stack development course I have completely spoken. Just the static keyword, there are 2 classes only dedicated to it, but I'm not going to speak about it. Just understand, why did I put static? Because I don't want to create object. Because I don't want to create object, I can directly call it like this. I hope you're able to think. Now what will happen? If I call utopian tree pass n, utopian tree function will execute and it will return t to me. See, it will return this t to me. Whatever is returned, I should collect it. How will you collect it, sir? See, I will put assignment. Assignment is right to left. Put it. Assignment is right to left. Whatever is in the right side, I am giving it to the left side. So what is returned to me is t, which is nothing but an integer. So I will collect it in an integer variable called as t, like this, int t, I will tell. That's it. Then I will print that t. So I will tell sys out t. So the same thing only, nothing different you have done. It's just that you have made it into a function. Will this work? 100%. Watch it. If I take you back, if in case I just wrong screen. If I go there and if in case I put in the relevant command, no issues. If I execute, then 7, it works. Okay, beautiful. Now what we have to do is go back to the code. What I am going to do is I'll scroll on top. This function completely I'll copy it. See, the body I will copy it. I'll copy it. What I will do is I'll go to HackerRank. In HackerRank, all I am going to do is I will come down to HackerRank's editor. HackerRank's editor. I will increase the size and reduce the size a little bit. Yeah. Here I will scroll down. See, they have a class called as result. I will scroll down. There is a function they have already given, public static int utopian tree. Write your code here. This is all we have to do. So I'll paste my code there. I'll just paste it. As it is, I'll paste my code. Rest, giving input, come down, etc. HackerRank has already done it. They have written code. You don't have to do anything. Automatically it will pass input to you. It will give you different values of n. They are only called as test cases. Let's see whether test cases pass. I'll go click on run code. If I go click on run code, 2 test cases it passed, both have passed. So you can see, first thing is it told I'll give you 2 values of n. First value is 0, output should be 1, we got 1. Expected is 1, ours is also 1. It passed 1, output should have been 2, so expected and our output both are same. Great, now go on top. Now if you want points, you must submit the code. So I'll go submit the code. If I submit the code, then it will pass 10 test cases, because always count begins from 0, I told you programmers, and everything has passed. Beautiful. Congratulations, it is telling. Do you want to take the next challenge? Okay, I'll exit the full screen view, and if I go and I check on top to my profile, I would have got 20 points, because the maximum score is 20. We got 20 points. 10 more points, we will get our first star. Any confusion till this point of time? Beautiful. Now, let us, okay, how many of you understood this perfectly? Put a yes in the chat. How many of you understood this? I know everybody understood. You guys are very, very smart. Good, good, good. Warming up is done. Next problem. See guys, I want you to understand here, programming is not difficult. Just that you must have practice, you must get used to reading, understanding and writing. Okay, beautiful. Let's go to the next question. Now the next question looks something like this. Cat and a mouse. Total max score is 15. 15 points we will get. So obviously if I score this, 1 star I will get. Okay. Now I'll come down a little bit. Now problem. 2 cats and a mouse are at various positions on a line. So there is a line, there are 2 cats and 1 mouse. They are in different positions. You will be given their starting positions. Your task is to determine which cat will reach the mouse first. Assuming the mouse does not move and the cats travel at equal speed. If the cats arrive at the same time, the mouse will be allowed to move and it will escape while they fight. Okay. You are given Q queries in the form of X, Y, Z. representing the respective positions of cat A, B and for mouse C. Complete the function cat and mouse, that is the name of the function. Now, what will this cat and mouse take as input? Cat and mouse will take 3 values as input. It is going to take x, which is the location of cat A, y location of cat B, z location of mouse C. And what should it return? Come down, see, what it should return is, it should print cat A. If cat A catches the mouse first, it should print cat A. If B catches cat B. If both arrive at the same time, then it must print mouse C, because mouse can escape. And they have given you an example. See, assume there is a line like this. Cat A is at position 2. Cat B is at position 5. Mouse is at position 4. Is 2 closer to 4 or is 5 closer to 4? Any day 5 is closer to 4, which means the second cat will reach the mouse faster. The second cat will reach the mouse faster, which means who will get to eat the mouse? Who will get to eat the mouse is cat B. And that is why you must return cat B. Function description. See, complete the cat and mouse function. It takes 3 values, x, y, z, returns either cat A, cat B, mouse C, which are nothing but strings. Okay, cool. Let's go and let's visualize this code so that you can understand the question better. Let's visualize the program. I'll just remove my editor for the time being. Okay, boss. Now listen. What I'm going to do is like this. They have given the different scenarios are there. Let's try and understand. This is the number line. Okay. Let us assume that initially cat A is at 2, cat B is at 4, mouse is at 6. Obviously, both the cats will start moving together. Who will reach the mouse faster is nothing but the cat which is closer to the mouse. See, I'm just showing you. This is cat A, cat B, cat C, x, y, z. Okay. Now, cat A also moves, cat B is also moving. Both are moving. Okay. Now, again, if they move, cat A moves, cat B moves, who's going to reach first is cat B. Of course, they'll move together. I showed you moving one by one, but they'll be moving together. Obviously, if they see a mouse, both of them will run. So, cat B reach, so your output should be cat B. Any confusion? Similarly, scenario number 2. In scenario number 2, let us assume this is the positions x, y and z. So, cat B is here, cat A is here and mouse C is there. Of course, this should have been x, that should have been y, this should have been z. There is a small mistake, don't worry about it. But the point is that who is going to reach faster? Who's closer to the mouse? So, naturally, who's going to reach first is cat A, right? And obviously, your output has to be cat A. Next, the next scenario looks something like this, wherein you have your cat A, B and C. So, both of them are starting at the same position. Forget about this x, y, z and all. Both are starting at the same position. If both are starting at the same position, then both will reach the mouse at the same time only. If they reach the mouse at the same time, then they will start fighting. Mouse will escape. So, the output has to be mouse C. Any confusion till here? Did everyone understand the question? Put a yes in the chat if you have understood the question. I am asking only question, boss. Okay, good. Very good. Great. Great. Now, let's proceed. Now, the thing is, watch it. Here, what I am going to do is, now let's try to write a logic, okay. This is how it is. Clearly, if just I give you the positions of both the cats and I give you the position of the mouse, any day you will tell cat A will win because mouse is at 4, A is at 2, B is at 7. Who is closer? Which distance is smaller? See, this is the distance, whereas this is the distance. Naturally, this guy is going to reach faster. So, all you have to do is calculate the distance between the mouse and cat A, calculate the distance between the mouse and cat B, and whichever distance is lesser, or announce that cat as the winner. That's it. How are we going to do it? Very simple. Okay, so obviously who is going to be winning here is cat A, that is fine. But anyways, so I had to calculate this distance. Now how will you calculate this distance? We will call the distance between the mouse and cat A as D1. We will call the distance between the mouse and cat B as D2. So what I will do is, D1 is Z minus X. Why did I do Z minus X? Because as you can see, I have put two pipe characters here. Because I want the absolute value of the distance. I want the absolute value of the distance, guys. Because I don't want negative value here. Okay, so very simple. Z is greater than X. Then I will subtract Z minus X. If X was greater than Z, then I will subtract X minus Z because I want positive value. How will you calculate D2? And of course, this is 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is nothing but 2. Similarly, here as you can see, the D2 I want, D2 is nothing but Z minus Y. And obviously, if I do 4 minus 7, I will get a negative value. That is why I want absolute value. So see, that is what I am showing. 4 minus 7 is minus 3, but I don't want the sign, so it will be 3. Clearly, you can notice which of the distance is smaller, D1. So obviously, D1 has to win, and that is what I have also shown. Okay. Now, final scenario. In the final scenario, this is how it looks like. So, cat A, cat B, and naturally you can see here also 2 units distance, here also 2 units distance. So, naturally they are going to arrive at the same time. If they arrive at the same time, all it means is that both their distances was the same. That's why mouse is escaped. So, all you have to do is calculate D1, which is nothing but 4 minus 2, which is 2. Calculate this one, also absolute value. So, you will get minus 2, but 2. If at all D1 is equal to D2, then you know mouse C. If in case D1 is less than D2, then cat A. If in case D2 is less than D1, then cat B. I hope the logic is clear to everyone. Let us go and write some code. Before I proceed, is the logic clear to everyone? Put yes in the chat if logic is clear to everyone. Now logic is clear, beautiful. Let me bring up my editor. Now in my editor, what I am going to do is, listen guys. So what I am going to do here is, this utopian tree is there, I will remove all this. Or you can just minimize it and keep it maybe. Yeah, because we will see all the functions. So this, this part you can maybe remove it. Yeah, that part you remove. Okay. And guys, I will give you the code. I will give you this function code for all the programs that we solved in today's class, plus the assignment problems which you must do. And please understand, don't try to impress me. I have nothing to gain from this. If at all there is anybody who is going to gain anything from it, it is you. So take it seriously, solve the assignments because it will help you, it will boost your confidence, nothing for me. Anyways, I will go here and I am going to create one function. So the name of the function is cat and mouse. I will paste that. You have copied it, I think. No? Okay, no problem. Cat and mouse is what HackerRank had told us. No. Cat and mouse. And do you see the name of the function, how I am writing? Remove the cursor. Whenever there are multiple whenever there are multiple words in a name of a function, we use something called as camel case. First word, everything is small. Second word, first letter will be capital, then rest small. Third word, first letter will be capital, rest small. Utopian tree had 2 words. So utopian first word is always all letters small. Second word, first letter capital, rest small. These are certain conventions we follow. Okay. Anyways, this should accept, what it should accept, we will see. What it should accept is 3 values, x, y, z. X is location of cat A, y location of cat B, z the location of mouse C. So I will tell int x, that is the first value, comma, int y, that is the second value, comma, int z, I will tell. So a function can accept multiple parameters, no problem. I will put the body. Sir, here you told int, sir, here why you didn't tell anything? What to tell we will see, but for the time being I am leaving it empty. Now come here. Okay. Now what I will do is x, y and z is given to you. I want to calculate two distances d1, d2. d1 for cat A, d2 for cat B. So what I will do is I will create an integer value d1 and initially I will make the distance, the value as 0. Initially I will make it as 0, doesn't matter. Next, I will tell int d2 and I will make that also 0. Ultimately at the end of this I should get the value d1, which is the distance from x and z. d2 should have the distance between y and z, but absolute values. So what I will do is I will press enter. Now here what I am going to do is very simple, guys. Now I will press enter. First of all, if I do not want, see, first let's find d1. I want to find d1. If I do not want d1 to be a negative value, then very simple. I have x, which is the distance of cat A's position. I have z, which is mouse C's position. Now cat A's position and mouse C's position, if mouse C's position value is greater than cat A's value, then if I subtract x minus z, I will get a negative value. So if x is less than z, then I should subtract z minus x. Whereas if x is greater than z, then I should do x minus z. Then I will never get negative value. So see what I will do is I will just tell if in case. If in case, and I will check is x less than z. If x is less than z, we know that we must tell me, should I subtract x minus z or should I subtract z minus x to get positive value? Tell me in the chat. X minus z or z minus x? Z minus x, z minus x, very good, absolutely correct. So you got it. So see, within that bracket I will go and there I will tell d1 equal to z minus x, else, okay, else, and here you can make it as less than equal to also, because even if it is less or even if it is equal to, both cases I will do that. Now if it is not less, if it is not even equal to, then it means it is greater. So if it is greater, just do x minus z. So d1 equal to x minus z. That's all, guys, simple. So you got the absolute value of d1. That's what this code does. Actually in Java there is one built-in function. You can just call that built-in function and you can accept. It's called ABS function, which will give you the absolute value. But usually in HR interviews, they recommend that you do not, in technical coding interviews, you must not use built-in functions, because HR wants to think or see whether you are able to come up with logics. Okay, anyways, come down. Now what I will do, same thing, d2 I want. So I'll just copy this code, paste it again. I'll copy it, paste it again. All I'm going to do is I will make this as y less than equal to z. That is cat B's position. If so, I will do z minus y. Otherwise, I will do y minus z. That's all. And I will make this as d2 because it is d2 which I am calculating. That's it. Now comes the important part. Scroll it, bring it on top. Yeah. Now I will come and I will check if in case d1 equal to d2, I will say. If d1 is equal to d2, it means both their distance from the mouse is same, which means they will reach at the same time. If they reach at the same time, they will fight, mouse will escape. And according to HackerRank, I must return a string called as mouse C. And that's what I will do. I will tell return. What to return? I want to return a string. Now how will you show a string in Java? Strings are always represented within double quotes. So see, double quotes I will put. And within that, what is a string, you may ask? String is nothing but a series of characters. So within that I will tell mouse C. That's it. Any confusion? Beautiful. Now I will come here and I will tell press enter, else. If in case, again I will check a condition. What will I check? I will check if in case d1 is less than d2. If D1 is less than D2, cat A is closer to mouse C, obviously he will reach faster. So what should I return? I will tell return, and what must be returned is cat A. That is what should be returned. Cat A. Else, otherwise. Otherwise, again no need to check if and all, because if it is not equal to, if it is not less than, it means it is greater than. If it is greater than, then what it means is that D2 is closer to the mouse, which means cat B. That's what I should tell, return cat B. Any confusion till here? Now look, what are you returning? Now please understand guys, you will not return all three values. Only one of these values you will return, because if this, then only this will execute. This will not execute, this will not execute. If not this, then you will check if this. If this is true, only this will execute, this will not execute. If this is also not true, only then this will execute. So at any given point in time, only one thing you will return. But what are you returning? What you are returning is a string. That is what you should also go on top and say, that cat and mouse is a function which accepts 3 integer values and after execution returns a string. Are we able to think? Not only that, we want this function to be just like utopian tree, where we can call it without using a object. So I will tell static. Great, nice, awesome. So I'll come down now. What I will do is, here I only will give some xyz value. So I'll tell int x equal to 2, next int y equal to 5, and I will tell int z equal to 4. Obviously, you can notice who's closer to the cat is, who's closer to the cat is B. Cat B is only y. So cat B should be our output. So what I will do for this is, I will come down and there I will tell, I'll call the function. So the function name is cat and mouse. And x, y and z I will pass to it. Type it out always. Next what I will do is, I will go put semicolon, and this will return a string that I will collect it in a variable. So I will call that as string, maybe I will call it as result, res, who won, res I will call it as. I will just print result. So system.out.println, res I will tell. Okay, cool. Will it work? Will it not work? Why you are asking me? Please ask the computer. So I will go there and I will put in the relevant command. I will compile it. No issues. I will execute it, and cat B is winning. Great. So now let's go. Let's copy that function body and paste it in HackerRank. I'll copy this entire function body and I'll just paste it in HackerRank. So I'll scroll down and I'll increase the size. Yeah, if I come, see there is a function, static string cat and mouse. There I'll just paste it. I paste it. I'll go click on run code. So HackerRank passed only one test case, and but in one test case it passed 2 different sets of values. So 1, 2, 3, obviously cat B will win. 1, 3, 2, obviously mouse C will win, because they will reach at the same time. Okay, so expected your output matching. Now I'll go submit the code. If I submit the code, then success, or it has passed 2 cases. Okay. Oh, see, HackerRank is congratulating you. You got your first star. I'll be able to think. Anyways, you earned your first star. Very good. Continue. Just 3 more stars to go. How difficult can it be? Scroll on top, show me my star. No. Exit it. Oh, it's not showing me my star. Where is it? No, it's not showing. Where is it showing? Oh, yeah, correct, correct. 1 star has come. Okay, 1 star I got. Very good. Awesome. Okay, great. So, shall we proceed to solve more questions, or are you bored? Shall I continue or stop? Because I don't know. Maybe you guys are bored. Who knows? Tell me. Continue or stop? Great. Great. Okay. Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. So majority says continue, one or two people says stop, sir, but okay, that's fine. Anyways, okay, great. Please close it. Now, what I want to basically now go ahead and do is, now you got an idea how to read. Now the next question, I am going to give you 2 minutes time. You must read the question and then I will come and I will give you the solution. But I want you to think on your own. This is the next question. I will just put this link in the chat also so that you guys, basically have access to it. You have it on the chat. Okay. So click on that if this is not visible. It's called viral advertising, and this will give you 15 points again. And so if at least we will be one step closer to our next star. So scroll on top a little bit. Yeah, read this, understand it correctly. Okay. I am disappearing for 2 minutes. Read. I will come back and give you the solution. All right. I hope everybody has had time to look at it. Tell me how many of you understood the question. Put a yes if you understood the question. Yes? No? Yes? Little bit, half. Okay. 50. No. Okay. So, please close it. Guys, understand one thing. I'll scroll this on top a little bit. That is why I said the biggest challenge which you guys will face in life is just understanding the question. And once the question is understood, solution will automatically come. You will have to think a little. Solution आ जाएगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. लेकिन अगर समझ में ही नहीं आया ना, then you can't do anything. So you have to first understand the question. So listen, I'm reading it. All this is simply to confuse you. Hackerland Enterprise is adopting a new viral advertising strategy. Okay, what will I do? When they launch a new product, they advertise it to exactly 5 people. And now the question starts. So 5 people, something is given to 5 people on social media. First day, only half of those 5 people, which means 5 divided by 2 and floor because you're rounding it off to the lower value. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Rounding it off to 2 is only called as floor. If you round it off to 3, it is called as seal. Rounding off to 2 is called as floor. Okay. Now, 5 people they shared. Only half the people will like the post. See, many of you saw about this workshop on Facebook, Instagram. Imagine I shared it with 5 people in a day. Out of 5 people, only half the number of people, which is 2 people, will like it. That is what it means. Like the advertisement. And then the people who liked it further are going to share it with 3 of their friends. So if 2 people liked it, they are further going to share it to 3 of their friends. Okay. Now, first day is over. So in the first day, what happened? 5 people I sent it to. 2 people liked the post. 2 people further shared it to 6 people. Now second day begins. Second day, out of those 6 people who received the advertisement, half are going to like. And those half, which is 3, will further share to 3 each, which means 9 people. Then day number 3, out of that 9, half means 4 people. Correct? 4 people will like it. Further they will share 3 each, which means 12 people like that. So basically what they are saying is, come down, n is given to you. N is the number of days. Day starts from 1 till 5. First day it will be shared to 5 people. 2 people will like. So totally how many people have liked it? 2 people as of day 1. Now the 2 people who liked will further share to 3 each, which means day 2 there are 6 people it is shared. Half the people will like it. So totally how many people have liked by the time you are in day 2? 3 people in day 2 plus 2 people in day 1, which means 5 people. Then day 3 starts. Day 3, the 3 people who liked will share to 3 people each, which means 9 people. Out of 9, only 4 people will like it, which means totally by the end of day 3, how many people have liked it? 4 plus 5 plus 2, which is nothing but 9. 4 plus 5, which is 9. Because this you need not add 2, it's already cumulative. So 5 plus 4, 9. Any confusion? Then now these 4 people will share it to 3 each, which means 12 people the next day. 12 people it's shared. Half the people will like. So totally how many people like? Previous day 9 people plus this day new 6 people, totally 15 people. Now these 6 people who liked will further share to 3 each, 18 people. Out of 18, 9 people will like it. Out of the 9 people who liked it, 9 people liked means 15 plus 9, 24. So 24 people would have liked it. I hope you are able to think. Any confusion here? Your program should finally tell how many people would have liked your advertisement at the end of n given days. Did you understand, guys? How many of you understood the question? Put a yes in the chat. Now how many of you understood the question? Yes? Like this, nobody will spoon feed you in the interview. Nobody will spoon feed you in the interview. This is why before going to the interview, you must have practiced at least 150 to 200 problems. Then you will go and easily you will be able to think. Anyways, come down. Function description. Viral advertising. I'll copy that. That is the name of the function. All it accepts is one value n, the day number to report. Returns the cumulative likes at that day. Input format, one day will be given to you, come down, then sample input, sample output. Okay. So if 3 is given, obviously 9 people. Okay, great. Now let me give you an algorithm to solve this. Now let's try and understand. All you have to do is, first of all, there are a few variables I want to create which will hold different values. Now what are the variables? First variable is n, which is the number of days. Fourth day, at the end of fourth day, how many people would have liked my post? That is my program's output. For that, what I will need is, I am going to have a variable called as shared, and initial value of shared is always going to be 5 because it is known to us first day the company is going to share the post to 5 people. So it will start with 5. I hope you are able to think. Now, so this is first day. So shared is going to hold the number of people the post has been shared to on a given day. Day 1, how much? Day 2, how much? Day 3, how much? Shared is not cumulative. Shared is day wise, on that day. I hope you are able to think. Next value I am going to have is like. This again is day wise. On that day, how many people liked my post? But my program should ultimately give the cumulative likes, which means I need a total likes. So I'll have one more variable called as total. Initially, its value is going to be 0. Ultimately, at the end of the program, this should have how many cumulative likes, total likes from day 1 till day 4 it should have. I hope you are able to understand the role each of these variables are going to play. Now, how am I going to do this? Guys, it's very easy. Let us go day wise. First day, it was shared to 5 people. 5 people. We know that if 5 people is shared, we know only half the people is going to like it. So n divided by 2, 4 divided by 2 is, this n is, then there's a, shared is 5, correct, n is the days, shared is 5. So 5 people you shared it. 5 divided by 2 is nothing but, it's 2.5, floor is 2. So only 2 people are going to like it. So see how I'm going to calculate is, the people who like the post on day 1 is nothing but how many you have shared it divided by 2. And you know Java will automatically do floor division. And if I divide it, it is nothing but 5 divided by 2. 5 divided by 2 is nothing but 2, which means all I'm trying to say is that 2 people are going to like the post. So I will make the first day, the number of people who like the post is 2. And see, it has become 2. So see, day 1, shared 5, liked 2. Hope you're able to think. Now these 2 people who liked, are further going to share the post, 3 people each. This fellow to 3 people, this fellow to 3 people, which means totally they are going to share it to 3 people each. So see, what I will do is, the number of people, so day 2, now if I have to find day 2, how many people it is going to be shared to? What I have to do is, I must first see how many people liked the post on the previous day, that is day 1. Into 3 will give me the number of people to which it will be shared on the second day. Would you agree with me? And how many people liked it on day 1? 2 people. 2 into 3 is nothing but 6. 6 people it is going to be shared on day number 2. So see, shared is going to become 6. And that is what I am also showing you. 6 people. 3 this guy, 3 this guy. Any confusion till here? And see, I am updating the value of shared. It has become 6. But, it is very important that you maintain the cumulative likes. Cumulative likes means On day 1, how many total people have liked it? 2. So that also you must calculate. That is what I am also showing. See, total is equal to previous total plus the number of likes. So initially it is 0. 0 plus how many people liked it on day 1? 2 people. So that is nothing but 0 plus 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. So total likes is going to be 2, which is what I am also just showing. Any confusion till here? So what have we done? Day 1 we know 5 people it is shared. We found out how many people will like it. Shared divided by 2. Then we found out we stored total likes at the end of that day. Total likes is nothing but previous total plus the number of likes. Now we want to know in the second day how many people it is going to be shared to. For that we know only liked people will share it, and each person who liked it will share it to 3 of his friends. So how many people liked, you know. Into 3 will give you the number of people it is going to be shared to on the second day, and that is your shared. Now we will come to day 2. See, now we are coming to day 2. Now at the beginning of day 2, post has been shared to totally 6 people. Out of 6, how many will like? How many will like is always half the people it is shared to, which is nothing but 6 divided by 2, and 6 divided by 2 is nothing but 3, and that is the number of people who are going to like that post on that day. Only 3 people will like that post, and see, I have made it as 3. So we are talking about only this day, remember. Now further, total, we have to always cumulatively think. Previously 2 people had liked, today 3 people have liked, which means previous total plus the new number of likes. 2 plus 3 is 5, and that is what I am also doing. Total became 5. Did you see it change? It's 5. Now next day we want to know how many people it will be shared to. So how will you find how many it will be shared to? Very simple. How many people liked? Each person will refer 3 friends. So 3 into 3 is 9. So that is what I am also showing. Each person will refer 3 more guys. So 9 people, and that is going to be my new shared, which is going to become 9. I hope you are able to think. At the beginning of day 3, 9 people the thing has been shared to. How many will like? Half the people. So find the previous day likes were 3, but today how many likes? Shared divided by 2. Which is nothing but 9 divided by 2 is 4. So that will become likes. 4 people. Any confusion? After which, cumulative likes. So by the end of day 2, we had a total of 5 likes. Day 1 and day 2 put together we had 5 likes. So that plus how many likes today? 5 plus 4 is 9. And that is what I am showing. So 9 likes. So see, total from 5 is going to become 9. Next, we have to find out for the next day how many people it will be shared to. That is very simple. Whoever has liked, into 3, those many people will be shared to. So that's what I'm doing. Shared is equal to like into 3, and you know these people will further share it. So 4 into 3 is 12 people, and that is what I'm updating. See, shared is 12. Now we will come to day 4, last and final day, because n is 4. How many people will like? 12 divided by 2, 6 people. That is what I am also showing. 6 people means you will have 6 people, and see, even that like is going to become 6. It's going to become 6. That day 6 people liked it. Totally how many people liked it? Previous total plus the new number of likes, 9 plus 4. So 9 plus 4 is nothing but 13. It was so the total number of, correct, 15. 15 is going to be the thing. Any confusion till here? So you can count it. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 people have liked it. Okay, any confusion till here? Next what? Next what means, now total also we have. Next, we are not going to share it anymore because totally we have only 4 days. So we must stop here. When you read the n value, you must stop. How are you able to think? So if I stop here, I have a total of 15 people. Now this is not required for me to calculate, right? So yeah, day 4, yeah, that is fine. So now look at this. Totally I have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Every day this should happen. This process should repeat. Every day find how many likes, update the total likes, find out how many people it will be shared to the next day. Repeat it for the second day. Repeat it for the third day. Repeat it for the fourth day. which means these 3 operations must repeat for a total of 4 times. Would you agree with me? Which means, don't you think I must put this within a loop where I is the number of day, where it starts from 1 and goes all the way till 4. And see, that's what I'm showing. Repetition means loops. So I will put a for loop. Like this, I'll put a for loop. And then in the for loop, what I'm going to do is I will tell, hey, I, initially your value should always be 1. So see, I'm telling I equal to 1. Condition is, you must go till the last day. The last day is given to you by n. In this case, n is 4. So I will tell I less than equal to 4. After 1 day gets over, i's value should increase. I plus plus, I will tell. Hope I'm clear. Now, if you tell 4, only for 4 days it will work. But HackerRank may give you 12 days, HackerRank may give you 7 days, HackerRank may give you 25 days. So it should work for all types of, any value of n, is why this 4, you must replace it with whatever is the value of n, and that is what I am also doing. N. How many of you understood this? 100%. Put 100 in the chat. How many of you understood this 100%? Check in Zoom. Great. Nice. Nice. Once, okay. Don't make the chat get stuck by putting big numbers. Already so many of you message at the same time. And how many are there today? Okay. Okay, good. Nice. Great. Oh, someone has already solved it. Congratulations. Beautiful. Okay. Now, let us go and write some code, shall we? So, what I'm going to do is, I will just go here and you can remove whatever is there inside the main method. This part I will remove. Next, let's go here and I will just tell, so static, all of you know static is compulsory. I'll put static. And what this has to return after all is the total number of likes. We know it is an integer. So I will tell int. Name of the function is viral advertising. What it should accept is just one parameter, which is the number of days. So I will tell int n. I will go inside this. Now I am writing the logic and all of you must focus. Yeah. Now I will start by creating these variables, shared and like. So I will tell int shared. So in a day, how many days, for a day, for a particular given day, how many people has it been shared for? Initially, I will make it as 5 because day 1, we will share it to 5 people. So it's initially 5. Day 2, it should change. Day 3, it should change. That anyways, program will take care of. Next is that day, how many people liked. So I will tell int likes, like, and initially, let us make it as 0 itself. I'll make it as 0. Because anyways, inside the for loop, we will calculate it. Next, I will come for. Also I need total. So I will tell int total. And initially I will make it as 0. Okay. Now, next what I am going to do is I will come here and I will tell for. It should begin from the first day. So int I equal to 1. It should go till the last day. So I less than equal to n value. Next, 1 by 1 it should increase. So I plus plus. Inside that I will go. And what we will have to do here is very easy. We have to write this logic. So I will tell the number of people who liked on that day is equal to the number of people it was shared to divided by 2. Automatically it's floor division. Next I want to, now that I know how many people liked it that day, I want to add this like to the total likes. So I will tell total is equal to previous total plus new likes. Great. Now that I found out total, now I should know before I go to the next day, I want to know how many people it will be shared to in the next day. So how will I calculate that? Simple. I will tell for the next day, shared is going to be equal to the number of people who liked it that day into 3, because each person is going to share it with 3 people. That's it. Once I come outside, here, one more line. I will have the value of total likes I'll have, and that is what I should return. On the nth day, which is fourth day, I'll have a total of 15 likes. That's what it means. So I'll tell return, and what to return is total. So, I mean, look at the solution, guys. Solution, dekho zara. What is complex about it? What is complex is the question. Solutions are never really complex. You have to just understand the question. If you understand it, you will be able to do it. Any confusion? Beautiful. Let us directly go and try to execute this in HackerRank itself. Okay, once we will execute it here, come down. So here I will just tell int n equal to 4, and then I will just come here and I will tell call that viral advertising, and I'll pass n. It is going to return to me total, which I'll collect it in a variable called as total, which is going to be an integer. I'll print that total. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, will it work or will it not work? I'll compile, no issues. I'll execute, in which case 50. Perfect. 4 days, at the end of 4 days, 15 cumulative likes. Let's go copy paste it in HackerRank. Only body I'll copy. Then I'll go, and if in case I come on top, so there, yeah, I'll paste it. Okay, run code. Okay, 2 test cases passed. Next. Okay, submit code. Totally 5 test cases, everything has passed. Great, success, nice. Congratulations, you have got 15 points. Now, you are now 50 points away from the second star for your problem solving batch. 50 points, not a big deal, easy. Let's go on top. Okay, now, yeah, now what we have to do is, we have to solve our next question. Let me show you what the next question is. This is the next question. I want you to try and understand the question. Again, I am going to disappear for a small moment, and you can see this is a 25 mark question. So you will get 25 marks, points, call it whatever you want. Okay, and totally if you scroll on top, we need I think how many? We need 30 points, I think, right? For the, no, I mean, sorry, it was not refreshed. Okay, we need 50 more points, and it will give us 25 points. One more question, we will have 2 stars. Okay, cool. Let's go and let us try and understand. Again, it's not about the stars. Okay, don't become like a person. You're not a film star or something that you have to be behind stars. Just a incentive. It's just a motivation to solve. But the true purpose of this workshop is to not make you a star in HackerRank or give you stars. It is to ensure that you understand the foundations of coding, build a strong foundation of logic, and then go ahead. Okay, come down. Okay, read this, please. last problem. All right. So, who is ready with the solution? How many of you have the solution? Put a yes in the chat, let me see. How many star programmers are there in the class today? Solved. Very nice. Okay.
Solution on purchase.
Okay.
Solved is Samya. Half of solution Akshay. Chaitra, yes.
So,
Concept and solution.
beautiful.
Animesh. Next got solution.
Okay, great.
Then all this is.
Awesome. Nice. So, most of you have got it. Let me just spend 2 minutes explaining the solution to you guys. Okay. So, now first question. An integer d is a divisor of integer n. If I divide n by d, remainder should be 0, boss. That's all he's saying. Correct. Perfectly divisible. That is when any number which can perfectly divide another number is qualified to be called as the divisor of that number. Okay. Given an integer, for each digit that makes up the integer, determine whether it is a divisor. Count the number of divisors occurring within the integer. Example 1, 2, 4. 1 is there, 2 is there, 4 is there. These are the integers which make up that number. Now, can 1 perfectly divide 124? Yes, so 1 is a divisor. Can 2 perfectly divide 124? Yes, 2 is also a divisor. Can 4 perfectly divide 124? Yes, so 4 is also a divisor. Which means all 3 numbers divide evenly into 124, so return 3. If I take 111, obviously 1, 1, 1, all 3 are divisors, so return 3. If I give 10, come down, check whether 1 and 0 are divisors. 1 is a divisor, but 0 is not, right? So, what you have to return is 1. Any confusion till this point of time? So, find digits is the function. Okay, I'll just select that. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's go and implement the logic. So, all it is saying is that, what should it do? It should accept n, which is the value to analyze. It should return the number of digits in n that are divisors of n. That's all. If I come down, see, you have two inputs. So, 12. So, 12, 1 is the divisor of 12, 2 is the divisor of 12, so 2. 1, 0, 1, 2. 1 can divide 1, 0, 1, 2. 0 cannot. 1 can, 2 can. Which means how many divisors? 3. 1, 1 and 2. So 3. That's it. I know everybody understood the question. Let's quickly go and do it. So at one more question we can solve today. Okay. So now first of all guys, see, there is a very simple logic which I want you guys to think. See, I have 124. I have 124. What I want to do is, I want each individual number. So how will you remove each individual number? That is a very simple logic. Let us assume I want to remove this last digit, which is 4. Those of you who do not know how to remove a last digit from a given integer, the concept is very simple. All you have to do is divide this number by 10. If you divide this number by 10, what you are going to do is, maybe you will tell 12, which means you will get 120, in which case the remainder will be 4. As you can see, this remainder is nothing but the last digit. I hope you are able to think. So, in programming, if you can divide this number, divide any number by 10 and collect its remainder, you will get the last digit of that number. Which means, all you have to do in programming is 124 mod 10. This is always going to give you 4. Now, next time I want 2, let us assume. So, what I should do is, I must not only get the last digit, I want to remove the last digit. If you want to remove the last digit, you can see it's very simple. If I divide 10 by, 124 by 10, remainder is the last digit. Quotient is the digits minus the last digit, see 12. Which means, if in case I do 124 divided by 10, what I am going to get is 12. 12 is nothing but minus the last digit. So, to get the last digit, modulo 10. To remove the last digit, divided by 10. So, in general, I can say n mod 10 will give me last digit. Whereas n divided by 10 is going to remove, so, the last digit. Is this logic clear to everyone? Put a yes in the chat. I know everybody knows this already, but if in case you didn't know it, is this clear to everyone? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, awesome, good, nice. Okay, Ji. Now that you have understood this, let's go ahead and let us solve. Okay, so the question is very easy. N is 124. 124 divided by 4 divided by 2 divided by 1. Each thing will perfectly divide it. So, I'm just see, I'm putting ticks, right. So, obviously all the digits can perfectly divide the number, which means what you must return is 3. Any confusion? That is the count of divisors. If there were 2, 2. How are we going to do this? Very easy. Like this, I'm going to have n, which is my number. I'm going to have t. Why I will have this t, and initially I will copy the value of n into t, is because this, if from t, I am always going to keep removing the last digit. So, first time I will remove 4, then it will become 12, then I will remove 2, it will become 1, like that. So, I do not want to modify n, so I will copy it into t. From t, I will keep removing the last digit. And of course, I want the count, total count of the divisors for that count. And every time I remove the last digit, I want to store it somewhere. So, I will have a variable called as LD, short for last digit. So, how are we going to do this? It is quite simple. First thing I will do is extract the last digit. If I extract the last digit, how will you do it? Modulo 10. If you do modulo 10, you will get the last digit. In this case, 124 mod 10 is nothing but 4. 4 becomes my last digit. I will just store it within LD like this. Then what I will do is I must check if in case what I want to now do is I want to see whether this last digit is a perfect divisor or is a divisor. So, how will you do that? Just take n modulo LD you do, which means divide n by the last digit and see if remainder is 0. If remainder is 0, it is a divisor, that is it. If in case this condition is true, then you know, if I do this, yes, it will be true. 124 divided by last digit is 4. So, obviously, if it is true, increment the value of count. So, I am just telling count plus plus, one value, count will increase. Then before you repeat it, I want the last digit to be removed from t. So, how will I do it? T mod 10 will give me last digit. T divided by 10 will remove the last digit. Remove the last digit, store it back in t. So, 124 divided by 10 is 12. 12 store it in t. T is going to have 12, which is equivalent to removing the last digit. I hope I am clear. This process has to now again repeat. Again, if I repeat, then what I am going to do is t modulo 10, which is nothing but I will get 2 last digit, store that in LD. So, LD is going to become 2. So, last digit is 2. Check if n can be divided by the last digit. So, can 124 be divided by 2? Certainly it can be. So, condition is true. If it is true, increment the value of count, count becomes 2. Then remove the last digit from t. So, divided by 10, automatically you will remove the last digit, which is what I am also showing. T 12 divided by 10 is nothing but 1. So, see, automatically that will become the value. Then again repeat this. So, if I repeat this, you know, get the last digit. So, 1 divided by 10, remainder will be 1. Right. So, and that is what will be my last digit. Check if it is dividing n value. Yes, it can divide n value. So, increment the value of count. Count becomes 3, and then once count becomes 3, remove the last digit. So, if I divide 1 divided by 10, it is obviously going to become 0, and 0 is what I will store in t, and once t becomes 0, you must stop. I hope you are able to think. So, in a way, you got your condition. This has to keep repeating as long as t is not equal to 0. The moment it becomes 0, stop. Hope you are able to think. How will we write it? That we will see. Anyways, I hope this part is clear to everyone, and that is what I am also writing. So t greater than 0 or not equal to 0, both ways will work. As long as effect, if you want, you can use a loop called as while loop, because we don't know how many times this has to execute, but we know that it must keep executing as long as a certain condition is satisfied or not satisfied. You can write it in either ways. Either you can check for true or you can check for false. Here I am checking for true. I am saying as long as t value is greater than 0, while always start reading it as long as t value is greater than 0, find the last digit, see if the last digit is a divisor. If it is a divisor, increase, and then remove the last digit from t. Again check if t is greater than 0. As long as it is greater than 0, repeat. The moment t becomes 0, condition becomes false, you will stop. Let's go quickly write the code. So now what I'm going to do here is I will go and I'm going to delete whatever is there inside this main method. I'll go there and I will tell static, and what we will be returning is after all a count, so it is an integer. Name of the function whatever we copied, find digits, what it must accept is just this n value, so int n. I'll come inside. Beautiful. Now what we have to basically do is come inside that, and here I am going to now just start writing the logic. So the logic is quite simple. I'll just go here and same logic I will write. N we already have, we need count t ld. So I'll first tell int t, and whatever is the value of n, I will assign it to t. Initially whatever is the value of n, I'll assign it to t. Okay, next. Next what I'm going to do is I need count and ld. So int count equal to 0. Next I will tell int ld equal to 0. Good. Now I'll come down. Now there I have to write this while loop. So I'll tell as long as while this condition is satisfied, which is t value should be greater than 0. I will come inside this and all I am going to do is this logic. So first extract the last digit. So ld is equal to t mod 10. Semicolon. Next what I am going to do is same thing. I will check if in case that last digit that I extracted is a divisor of n. So if in case n mod ld, check if the remainder is equal to 0. If that is the case, increase the value of count. So count plus. Great. Next I will come below and then remove the last digit from t. So t is equal to t divided by 10. That's pretty much it. Once I come out of this while loop, then count value will have become whatever, how many ever divisors I have. So that is what I should return. So I'll tell return count. Now watch, let's execute. So I'll come to main and just I'll tell int n equal to 124, and I'll call that last digit thing. Find digits, okay, and I'll pass n. See, now the thing is, find digits will return you count. You can either collect it in a variable then print it, or anyways it will return whatever it returns directly. You can print it. How, sir? Put it within system.out.println. See, I'll tell sysout, same line, and yeah, I'll just put it inside. So that's all. Call find digits, whatever it returns, print it. That's it. Possible. Okay. Let's go execute. So now, if in case I go back, I compile it, no issues, I will execute it, 3. Perfect, we got the answer. Will it work? Let's go to HackerRank and check, because HackerRank will give me all kinds of inputs. And always remember, the kind of code you write must be able to give the right result for all values of n. Let's see whether we have thought about all conditions. I'll copy this. And I will just go paste it. Paste it. Okay. I'll click on run code. If I click on run code, runtime error. So it is basically saying there was an arithmetic exception, it seems. First of all, I want to see what is the sample test case he passed. Let us go check that out. Maybe if you scroll down, see, this is the test case which failed. 1012. This failed, it seems. Oh, copy that. Let's go paste it in our code. If I go and change it to n, I'll make it as that value. Now, you only tell me 1 is a divisor. Is 0 a divisor? No, 0 is not a divisor. How are you able to think? 0 is not considered as a divisor because 0 divided by anything is 0. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. How are you able to think? Or 0 divided by anything is the number itself. How are you able to think? Which means our program did not consider zeros. It did not consider zeros. And think about it, scroll on top. If my last digit is 0 and I divide n by 0, if you divide something by 0, you will get infinity. Have you ever tried dividing anything by 0? You will get infinity. Now, obviously that is a mistake. A mistake which happens during the execution of a program is only called as an exception in Java. Again, in the full stack web development course here at App Academy, where we provide 100+ guaranteed placement opportunities, there in depth I have taught about exception handling and how to handle different exceptions, etc. But see, let me just execute this and show you. If I take you to that and I just compile it, and if in case I execute it, then exception. Forget about thread. Now I have to explain multi-threading to you. Java.lang.arithmetic exception. Arithmetics means what? Division, multiplication, addition. Why did this arithmetic exception happen? Division by 0. Where did it happen? It happened in the 90th line of my program. Are you able to think? Correct. Because I divided 124 by 0 and that's a mistake. So how to avoid this, sir? Very easy. I'll go back and all we will do is one simple thing we will do. Okay. Before doing all of this division, before we do this division, all we have to do is ensure that before this if block executes, we check whether the last digit is not 0. Because if it is 0, we know it's not a divisor. Why to even divide and check? So I will just press enter after LD. And there I will put one more if condition. If in case LD, if in case LD not equal to 0. Not equal to 0. Only if this condition is true, check if it's a divisor. So I'll put brackets, and what I will do is I will take this if and I will cut it and put it inside this. That's all. If inside an if is only called as a nested if. A for inside a for is only called as a nested for. Okay. Alright, my dear friends. So I think we have considered this. So why don't you copy this code and paste it in HackerRank. Okay. Alright. So I'll go on top. And I'll just paste it. That's it. Now I'll click. So through this, did you understand how to check whether your code will work for all types of inputs. That is why majority of the students fail in cracking the online coding tests provided by IT companies, because one, they do not have the approach. Two, they do not know that these are the things they must keep in mind. Third, they have zero practice on such tools. And TAP Academy's duty is to ensure that none of those problems will happen to you, and that is why these 6 days of workshop. I hope you're able to think. I'll click on submit. Directly we will submit itself. If I submit it, then compilation error, end of file, some mistake you have created in brackets, check that out. Okay. One bracket closing is missing. Okay, fine. I'll just run it first. Passed. Submit it. Okay, compiling, 2 test cases only, everything passed. Beautiful. Because this is a rather easy problem. Congratulations. We got 25 more points and you are now 25 points away from the second star. Okay, great. Awesome. So how many of you understood this logic perfectly and how to think about certain conditions your program would have not considered? Did you understand how to think? Put a yes in the chat. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Good, nice. See guys, I never claimed that I will be making you guys ready to crack Google interview in 6 days. Imagine if somebody could make you crack Google in 6 days, he would have been the richest person on the world and Google only would have hired him. He would have been inside Google. How are you able to think? If somebody can teach you how to crack Microsoft interview in 6 days, then he would have been the greatest person. I am a simple human being. I am not claiming any of that. Yes, do you want to crack Microsoft? I can guide you how to do it. I can tell you what are the topics you must learn. I can teach you. I can give you the necessary direction. But who has to walk it is you. So this 6 days is not to make you an amazing programmer. Many of you had 4 years in engineering. You were not able to do anything. But in 6 days, my purpose is I will generate so much interest in coding for you and I will show you how to approach coding, and using that, maybe you will reach heights in your life. I hope the agenda of this 6 days workshop is slowly becoming clear to you. There are so many more programs which we are going to solve. But tomorrow before coming to class, compulsorily everybody should have gone to the LMS and they should have watched the arrays video which I have shared. You must watch it. That arrays video, you must watch it. I hope you're able to think. Anyways, I am going to put the attendance form because you know it's very important for the placement drives that we have promised you. Make sure you fill the form and fill it whatever. You want to abuse me, you abuse me. I have no problem. Fill the truth, what you felt, what you thought about the workshop, because only through your feedback can we improve. Okay guys? Anyways, my time is done. I don't want you to now lose your sleep. Some of you will be thinking, sir, stomach is making sounds. You let us go, please. Okay, I don't want all that. Anyways, thank you so much for attending. Please take care of yourself and I will see you same place, same time tomorrow. Any doubts you have, put it in the chat. Stay home, stay safe guys. Thank you. Take care.